Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series. We're still with the Kitfoxes, and this time it's the D. Now I know it doesn't say D, it says Kitfox Prime, but that's because I'm not buying the mech brand new from the store just to be able to have the thing say D in the bottom left. I've got the omnipods equipped specifically for the D to include all of its standard equipment. So the D variant is very specific, in that it's an indirect support via model of the Kitfox. It mounts two LRM-15, LRM-5 and a NARC beacon. This means that the mech is entirely reliant on friendlies for targeting information, or if you get really lucky, being able to launch a NARC beacon of your own into a target and then be able to basically reposition as it moves and keep firing on it the entire time. It's an incredibly deadly variant to come across on tabletop, as it could drop a hell of a lot of ammunition into you in a very short space of time and do a shitload of damage. And in MechWarrior Online it can have the same potential, however ammunition is always a bit of a problem in MechWarrior Online. Probably one of the first things you do is maybe drop the NARC beacon. There's already plenty of people giving you targeting information these days in MechWarrior that you probably don't need it for the extra targeting data, and mostly NARCs are going to be taken by fast-moving lights who are trying to give information to other fellow LRM mechs rather than you yourself finding the target, narking it and retreating without getting your ass shot off. So that'd probably be one of your first things to do to get a bit more ammunition. Whether this works with ATMs is also up for debate. It probably does, as ATMs do a lot more damage, obviously in the short term, and generate a little bit more heat. You probably don't get as many shots, so it's one of those Marmite things. You love it or hate it, really. But I did quite like the D variant. I think, you know, for the match we were in, I think I did a decent amount of damage, given that it was quite a brawl, and I ruined somebody's day because they immediately disconnected after they died. So I always feel a bit bad after that, because on the one hand you have to shoot them, you have to blow them up, on the other hand you don't really want to piss people off. I just managed to narc him. I think he's in a Mad Cat Mark II, and I blew his leg off with the LRMs, and then he got killed by the next volley, and that was that really. That was all I could do about it. You know, I wish fights could be a bit more, you know, long drawn out and feel a bit more like a mech battle rather than just a kind of burn down alpha striking match, but sadly that's what I have to put up with. Skills obviously help with this a lot. It could work as things like a light hunter, beagle probe in there, and just a bunch of streaks. As I said, ATMs are another good option if that's the way you swing. And yeah, I would personally probably drop the NARC beacon as soon as possible, although I didn't dislike running the D variant. I may even actually pick up a D variant in the future just to have it, because it would be useful sometimes to have a light mech that's pretty decently equipped for missile combat, and be a bit more specialised, as I do prefer those. Sometimes those roles over the kind of all-rounder type roles that some mechs try to take. Whether players really, I don't know, will take to this version, I don't know, because it is entirely reliant on missiles. There are no backup hardpoints. You can obviously play around with hardpoints of your own to try and get something a little bit better out of it, but I don't know, it's going to be one of those mechs that you are going to take it or you aren't. Interesting thing lore-wise about the old D variant and well, the Kitfox in general, was that it was actually so successful that Clan Jade Falcon almost immediately afterwards issued a bachal for the rights to be able to obtain the mech and add it to their Talman. And I believe it's Jade Falcon that may have been the most prominent user of them during the invasion period. But it's also another example of one of the smaller clans, by comparison, making a mech that's incredibly successful, and then one of the larger clans immediately going, well, you know, we want that. But other clans like Snow Raven and stuff got it through trade, and any other clans that got hold of it usually have obtained it via Isolo, which is usually their version of Battlefield Salvage. You know, you get it and you drag it back and you fix it back up best you can. Usually bachals like that will generally net a clan a new mech under some agreement. Basically they have to give them the design or else kind of thing. You know, if you lose the bachal, then you lose your rights to sole ownership of that mech. Happens quite a lot within the clans. I don't think any clan actually has any mech unique to them for very long. Oh, there I go. Man, that laser spam. So yeah, it's always interesting at some of the clan side of things when a mech gets made, and sometimes mechs don't even get finished properly and deployed before they're already being issued by Charles, you know, to use them themselves. Smokejag were pretty prominent in that regard, usually keeping an eye on every other clan and then immediately challenging to the Charles for their new mechs if they were particularly successful in that regard. So yeah, it's a little bit of information there, if you're interested in it. But that's all I got for the D. As you can see in this match, I'm dead, and I think my team will be joining me shortly, if not just then. So, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Artillery strike online. New target acquired.